And away they go. And not a very good start from this morning's winner, which is Bill Cowley. Therefore, the Warren dropped back a little bit. And look, it's the 7 that leads. That's Tim Roebuck, isn't it?
That's remarkable,
Tim Roebuck.
isn't it?
And the Dyson's got problems, clearly. Probably due to that overheating. The whippets there, I see. 1 or 2 hurrying through from the back. Oh, what an extraordinary thing.
Lyndon Thrushton's going to have the lead of the race here down at Village, isn't he? The number 23 car. He was at the back of the field in race 1, came through to 4th position in the end, and he now leads.
And Dyson's pulling off.
I thought that might happen because he was not happy on the grid, was he? And eventually Greg Catton, is just going to find a place where he can get as far off the circuit as he can, and hopefully he'll be out of trouble there.
Yeah, it's smoking quite badly, so it's overheated.
Yes, it was quite a long wait on the grid for him as well, which won't have helped.
No. I think he switched it off and put it back on again. It started to puff smoke. So here we go.
And Roebuck has got the lead back from Thrushton, but now Bill Cowley is coming through.
On the inside.
This is great thing. So this is the ex-John Miles Austin 7.
John Miles, as in Lotus Grand Prix driver John Miles.
Exactly, yes. And he was a vice president of the 750 Motor Club. Sadly passed away a few years ago. Tim Roebuck took on the car. He's leading a race overall here with Bill Cowley behind him and Lyndon Thrushton. The 1973 championship winning car is going to get the lead here, I think, in the hands of the more recent 750 Formula champion Bill Cowley. The number 81 car is Samuel Bayliss. That's the Centaur Mark 14. That's coming to a halt at Stowe Corner by the looks of it. So here they come, Marcus, down towards Abbey.
That's amazing, isn't it? And it is Bill Cowley, whose grandfather built that wonderful Cowley Mark 4 for the 750 Formula back in 1969. But we saw that car out yesterday, and we saw it win at Cadwell Park recently. But this is the Warren Reliant, designed by Jerry Evershed for Robin Smith, who won that 1973 championship you were talking about. A really innovative car. It's tiny, it's very, very low, small wheels. At one point had a supercharged Reliant engine in it. And the 750 Formula went from the Austin 7 sort of chassis and engines to freer chassis, still with the Austin 7 engine, then the Reliant side valve engine, then the overhead valve Reliant, and then finally the Fiats that we see today, 1108cc Fiats. But there is Tim Roebuck.
Yeah, won his class in
really
the
well.
he won his class in the earlier race, didn't he? And looking set to do the same. The second car within his class is Richard Carter, who's in 6th position overall. He's got Lyndon Thrushton behind him, and now Jörg Schneider as well, who's racing that Race Kits Merlin this weekend. And the Race Kits Merlin effectively is a sort of recreation, isn't it, of a pre-74 750 Formula car.
Yeah, a car made by Martin Kemp and marketed in very small numbers, I would think. It was shown at Race Retro one year, wasn't it?
Yeah.
How many Merlins there are?
Not more than a handful, I wouldn't have thought.
I think the single figures of the Falcon,
the
modern car, about 8 or 9, but 1 or 2 of them haven't raced. And look at that, there's Jörg Schneider coming through the middle. And Jörg Schneider, who normally drives the JSG Arthur, or the Arthur JSG, and has done very, very well in it. Here with the more modern.
He had got ahead of Lyndon Thrushton, but he's now lost the place again, hasn't he, as they come back onto the hangar straight. There's Bill Cowley. He was 5.4 seconds to the good at the end of the previous lap, and I think he's managing to ease away now. A bit of a different race to him than the first race, where we had that great dice with Greg Catton. I think he said how much he enjoyed it, didn't he, afterwards?
Absolutely.
And I think Catton, it felt likewise.
It is interesting, that car, because it has no cycle wings at the front, but it has sort of an enclosed rear end, and that very exposed driving position. It was owned for many years by Ron Welsh. Now I believe it's owned by Kevin Welsh, Ron's son, who gave it to Bill Cowley and said, do your best.
What lap time has he done? He's done 1:29.745. That time at 1:29.586 on the previous lap, which is the best lap of the day. Faster than he went in race 1. Lap record for historic 750 Formula cars is a 1:27.14. for Tim Sage. That was in a Mallock, 1 litre Mallock, isn't it?
That's quite a hot car, that.
Yeah.
Of course, John Village would have been well under that.
Yes.
With the V2, the recreation of his 70s car. Johnny went on to win the 1979 FD Euro Series Formula Ford Championship. Came back to this Formula 3 or 4 seasons ago with the car powered by a Coventry Climax engine. Here's Jörg Schneider popping out of the slipstream again of Lyndon Thruston.
Great dice these two are having. I remember Jörg Schneider benefited at Alton Park when Thruston and Village collected one another at Shallows Corner, and Schneider, who was also involved in the battle, was there to capitalise and take a win in the Arthur on that occasion. That was back in June. But here he's in the race explaining. He has pulled a few lengths now on Thruston, it would seem. Just looking at the other classes. Class D, I think, no longer has any representation since the demise of Greg Catton. A class that's sometimes populated by 500cc Formula 3 cars as well.
Yes.
Class A, it is Charlie Plain-Jones who's wriggled his way to the front of it. He wasn't on pole for the class. Nick Hayward-Cook was ahead of him on the grid. But the car that's second within that class is Hayward-Cook. So, yeah, but between the two of them is Peter Marsh in the Greased Weasel, as car number 8 is known. There's another Austin 7 monoposto just ahead of Paul Mason. And that's Richard Carter's car, isn't it? Number 88, which has lost a couple of positions on the last lap, actually, to Mike Whitby and Ben Bolt. There's Ben Bolt now in the number 13 Centaur going through. There's Carter in that blue monoposto, number 88. And looks like he might lose another position imminently. There's Mike Whitby in car number 26 making his way through. He's been a long time competitor in the 750 Motor Club. Started in 2001, racing in the 750 Trophy, also Austin 7 Triple Challenge, historic 750 Formula. Although he says this is his last season racing with the 750 Motor Club. Man from Raunds in Northamptonshire, isn't it? Raunds, I think.
Yes, it is.
And decided to hang up his helmet at the end of this season. So best wishes to Mike. Bill Cowley's improved the fastest lap of the race to 1:29.527 now. So that's pretty good going. That's going to be an average speed of about 75 miles an hour around this circuit, which for these historic cars is pretty good going.
Indicates not very much slowing down for the corners.
Indeed. Schneider's now bested his effort there with a 1:29.502, so 25 thousandths faster. He's 9 seconds behind Cowley, so he's not going to make it up, I shouldn't think, in the remaining 6 3/4 minutes.
Aim Shop fastest lap.
Yes, the aimshop.com fastest lap of the race. Down towards the Vale go a few of the cars. We're picking up Lyndon Thruston there, 23 at the back of that pack. You've got Jörg Schneider ahead of him. There's at least 3 Austin 7s that are going to be lapping in fairly short order. Austin 7 drivers looking over their shoulders to see what's coming up. Schneider, you can see, has got the camera attached to the roll hoop to review footage after the race. Down towards Vale he comes then for the 6th time in this race. Got the fastest lap on the previous lap. And then first trying to pick his way past the number 20 car, which is that of Nicholas Powell in the Austin 7 Special for the driver from Newbury, Berkshire. Over the line they'll go. 5.5 minutes of the race left to go.
So Schneider with that fastest lap.
It's a good dice, this, isn't it, between John Moss and Nicholas Powell in the number 20 car. They're having a good dice for 17th position and the final podium position in Class A. John Moss, who's 69 years of age, from Little Kibble in Buckinghamshire. Only started racing in 5 years ago. He's also raced with the VSCC. 1933 car for him, prepared by James Ricketts. It's had many different owners over the years, including Gordon Tasker, Simon Frost, and also Bill Boddy's daughter had the car as well. Yeah, it was bought though, this car, from Simon Gallen, and like all Austin 7s, it seems to have an imaginative name. This one's called Dog Bowl. So that's the 85 car, which is coming towards us now, being lapped by the supercharged version of Timothy Roebuck, who's in 4th place.
Tim Marsh's car is Pigsty special. It's the Super Snort, because it's emerged from Pigsty Racing.
Yes. Very busy piece of circuit. Mostly Austin 7s there, but
congregated together.
There's one 750 Formula car involved as well, which is the David Lewis Jeffrey, number 99, Reliant engine machine.
Jeffrey made road cars as well, a bit like Lotus 7s. The Jeffrey J1, something like that. I remember seeing them advertised in the press back in the 1970s.
And Lewis there is running in 4th position, actually. So he's ahead of Roebuck now. So Roebuck has dropped a position. That happened on that last lap, actually. So it's Bill Cowley leading by 11 seconds from Jörg Schneider in 2nd, Lyndon Fuss in 3rd, David Lewis 4th. All of those from the same class, Class C. Then it's Tim Roebuck from Class B, who is 5th. And the Class A leader is still Charlie Plain-Jones, who is in 15th place overall. With the 3 minutes or so of this race to go now.
Yeah, Charlie Plain-Jones is his Austin's a Cowley special. The first Cowley special, I suspect.
Through the link and onto the back straight, the hanger straight they come once more. Great to see so many of these Austin 7s out today, and also the historic 750 Formula cars. Just a shame so many of those got caught up in incidents, either in qualifying or the first race. Great to see for more of them out on the grid, but still a healthy grid of more than 20 cars here.
Yeah, they're driven very spiritedly, aren't they? That's always a feature of the Seventh Motor Club Austin 7 racing.
Yeah, fantastic to see so many of them.
And Charles Bulmer is the first champion. And of those who raced really early, Doug Buchan was another one who was around for many, many years racing. He got the great Clubman's driver, Sid Marler, started.
So we've had 2 minutes of the race left to go now. Got 2 minutes of it left to go. Still Jörg Schneider with the best lap of the race, a 1:29.502. Cowley's pace has eased off a little bit, so the gap has come down to 9.3 seconds now from 1st to 2nd. And they're watching Ben Bolt going through in the number 13 car in 7th place. He is he catching Christopher Jones in number 41? Not really. They're lapping in similar lap times, both of them in the 1:36s. But Christopher Jones, who won one of the handicap races earlier on this season, he is in 6th place. Bolt is in 7th, as you mentioned earlier on. Former speed event competitor Ben Bolt.
Big into cars with imp engines for a long time.
Well, the two of them are together now, 6th and 7th, as they come towards us. 41 Christopher Jones, 13 Ben Bolt.
There's pretty much a third of the field in that in the long shot up the hanger straight.
There was, and there's 67 car Paul Mason as well, who's going well. Various different cars over the years. Paul Mason in 750 Formula, historic 750 Formula. Well, that's a heck of a vibration, isn't it? On the car going through. So here's this battle for 6th place. And just behind, Paul Mason has got himself ahead of Mike Whitby now, I notice as well. Whitby there in the number 26 car. Also raced in other categories within the 750 muscle. I think he was in classic stock hatch for a little while. I seem to remember him in a Peugeot 205. Last lap board has gone out. Only 14 seconds left on the clock, so Cowley will be coming up to the line very shortly, actually. Not seen too much of him in the recent stages of the race. Here he is though, number 78, Bill Cowley, is going to do the double in the Raceparts Historic 750 Formula Series today. He's had a pretty successful weekend. Podiums yesterday in 750 Formula, 2 wins today in the Raceparts Historic 750 Formula Series for Bill Cowley. About 9 seconds was the gap that he had. There is Jörg Schneider, who takes second place, and Lyndon Thruston, who takes third. 8.9 seconds the gap in the end. Another 2.2 seconds between Schneider and Thruston. He takes third. And then it should be David Lewis that will come home in 4th position. There's Charlie Plain-Jones. He takes the flag to win Class A. There's David Lewis in 4th place, and right behind him, Timothy Roebuck in 5th. And Lyndon Thruston is pulling off beneath our commentary position here at the end of the race. His car has just come to a halt beneath us, I'm afraid. Conked out, to use the technical term. Thank you, Marcus. And well, it got him to the checkered flag in 3rd place, and that's all that matters. He'll avoid post-race scrutineering, I suppose, as a result of that. Final few cars coming through to take the checkered flag. We've already had Charlie Plain-Jones through to win Class A. 2nd within Class A, I think it's going to be Nick Haywood-Cook. Yes, he is. He's just across the line now. And 3rd within that class is the number 20 car of Nicholas Powell. So a great celebration of Austin 7 and historic 750 Formula and 750 Formula racing that we've had this weekend. Bill Cowley it was that took the win after 10 laps in car number 78 in the 1/750 Formula car from number 65 Jörg Schneider in 2nd place in the race kits Merlin. 8.9 seconds between them. Then it was 23 Lyndon Thruston, who only just made it to the checkered flag. 99 David Lewis. 18 Timothy Roebuck, winning his class for the supercharged Austin 7s from 41 Christopher Jones and 67 Paul Mason. Mike Whitby in 26 and Ben Bolt in 13 were 8th and 9th. Richard Carter 88 in 10th was the 2nd of the Austin 7s. Then it was Luigi Bayliss, John McDonald in the Marrow, Peter Marsh and James Miles. And further back in 15th place, Charlie Plain-Jones ran out winner in the normally aspirated Austin 7 class in the Cowley Special, ahead of 66 Nick Haywood-Cook and 20 Nicholas Powell. So that brings an end to the historic 750 Formula racing for this weekend. They do have another meeting to go, and that is at Mallory Park in October to round out their season. And there's 2 more races to go here today. We've got Hot Hatches and Sport Special still to come, but let's go down to Kieran.
And at the end of the 2nd race of the Raceparts Historic 750 Formula Series, I'm here with Bill Cowley. Got it right, at least on the street. Bill, how was that race for you this time?
Oh, it was a bit... I was just driving around, really, just bringing it home in one piece. It's a shame what happened to Greg. I was hoping for another cracking race like we had in the first race. But yeah, unfortunately, I seen on when we come out the pits, they started chucking, I think it was water, so chucking that out on the circuit, and I think they kept us waiting a while on the grid, and everyone were getting very hot. So yeah, a bit gutted about that. But as I say, the cars ran faultless all weekend. I'd just like to say a big thank you to Kevin and Ron Welsh for letting me have a go in her again, and yeah. 2 nice wins for them, and I'm sure they're very happy with that.
Yeah, 2 nice wins. What's she like to drive?
Amazingly, the handling is fantastic. It's a very well balanced car. I'm still getting used to it, getting used to the tyres as well, so there'll be a lot to come from me. But there's still a lot to come out of the car. I mean, we're still down on a bit of power, but it's getting closer. So hopefully when Kevin jumps back in it, it's in some point in the future, he can be at the sharp end.
Absolutely brilliant stuff. Well, Bill, congratulations on the 2 wins today. Very well done indeed.
Thank you very much. Cheers.
Thank you, Bill. And that's your Class C winner. Let's have a chat to our Class B winner now. I think I see Tim Roebuck just off in the distance there. Tim's just waiting over here, hoping I wouldn't find him, but I found him. Tim.
I was just standing in the shade trying to cool off a little bit.
Excuses. Tim, congratulations there. Another class victory for you, Class B. How are you feeling?
Yeah, good, actually. I had a much more interesting race than the last time. A few dices with a few people, tried to keep some Class C cars behind me, but ultimately I made a bit of a mistake at Village and let the last one through. But no, it was good. Good fun. I was chasing him down at the end, trying to catch him, but ran out of laps.
Catching the shade then, so did it get pretty warm out there in your cockpit?
Yeah, it did, yeah. Yes, that thing runs pretty hot. It's putting out a lot of power for a little thing. You can't really get much air in it. So.
Yeah, it's weird because all the airflow should look like it goes to you, but I guess it doesn't.
Well, I end up trying to duck down behind the screen on the straights just to get a few more miles an hour.
The karting way, I like it.
Yeah.
Well, 2 wins for you, class victories. How are you feeling about that?
Yeah, good. No, it's been a good day. Yeah, very pleased.
Great stuff. Smile on your face as well. That's always a good day.
Yep, definitely.
Brilliant stuff, Tim. Thank you very much for the chat. Enjoy the rest of your weekend.
Cheers. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Tim. And let's have a chat to our third place driver. Oh, no, not third place driver. Class A winner, I should say. Charlie Plain-Jones. Charlie, we meet again. How are you?
We do. A bit exhausted, really. I was chasing a couple of the supercharged Class B cars, and then a couple of Class Cs got mixed up with us just coming down the bend here. And the trouble is, when you think you can do in an Austin 7 what a Class C car can do, I exceeded track limits, let's say, and found a new route through the kitty litter. But it's an Austin 7, so, it can stand it. So still finished and, finished well, so I'm pleased with that. But, yeah, that was... not planned.
Not planned, but 2 class victories for you. Yeah. You're happy with that?
Very, very happy, yes, of course. And the car's going really well, especially when you consider the family relationship, because Bill, who came first, his father built that car when he was a lad. So, we've got the family group here. So, yeah, Cowley's rule, as they say. Yeah.
Absolutely. So a lot of connections here, have a lot of good connections with the car, and it's taken 2 victories. So all in all, a good day.
A very good day. Yeah, we've enjoyed it immensely, and only one more meeting this season, sadly, but there we go.
We get to look forward to it, and you get to look forward to having a drink and something to eat, maybe.
Yes, yeah. I think there's a 0 alcohol beer out there with my name on it. Go drive home.
That sounds like a plan. I won't let you stop you. Charlie, thank you so much for the chat.
My pleasure. Thank you very much indeed.
Thank you, Charlie. And that will do that. And it's back up to our commentary box for our next race.